job magnet suburbs, and everything you're gonna need to know about moving to Summerville, South Carolina. The term that everyone is talking about right now is job magnet suburbs. So recently, the New York Post shared an article that was all about relocating to Summerville, South Carolina, and it has sparked such interest into our area that I'm getting calls every single day. I'm getting tons of text messages now. So many people want to know more about a job magnet suburb. And that's going to be a new phrase that I think you're going to be hearing all across 2025 because jobs are going to be going up. The economy is going up. Everything is coming back. We've got gas is already starting to come down and so many things are happening and I am excited for it. 2025 is going to be the year people finally realize that Summerville, South Carolina is the place to live if you want a top job in this country. So today, folks, we are all talking about Summerville, the economy, the local economy, the job market, because the job market here is absolutely bonkers. It's on fire. If you're somebody in tech, I mean, medical, schools, you name it, there are jobs for everyone. So recently, Move Buddha, which is a website that pretty much just assesses all things, takes all the statistics and figures out and says, hey, these are the hot spots for people to move in 2025. And so if you're like most people when you're watching this, you're already thinking about moving to Summerville, or it sparks some sort of interest in you that you're watching this video. And you may be saying to yourself, well, Ryan, if we're relocating there, we may not be able to take our jobs with us. Maybe you can. Maybe you'll work from home now. But what I'm getting at is a lot of folks that are looking at this area may have to consider, I might have to get a new job, or I might have to come in with a whole new career plan. And that's okay, because this area is rich in jobs. I mean, it is blowing the doors off of some other states. And I got to tell you, when I see what's happening right now in states like New York, Pennsylvania, Massachusetts, California, I mean, it's insanity. And what people have to go through and how much they're spending in taxes to live in that location, I mean, just doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense.
Summerville, South Carolina is more than just charming streets and Southern hospitality. It's this booming job hub, and it's attracting families and professionals from all over the country. And like I said, I'm getting a lot of calls from, people who are in the blue states, and they're like, hey, listen, we can't take this crap anymore. We got to get the hell out of here. And I get it. Ryan, what's driving the surge of interest in Summerville? Well, Summerville has a high in to out move ratio, okay? So for every one person who leaves, nearly 4 more are moving in. That's a testament to how attractive this area has become. And many of you who already live here get it, right? You totally get it. But this area has over 80,000 jobs that have been added to the local market, with an additional 5,500 in construction alone, and with another 4.2% job growth rate from August 2023 to August 2024. Summerville is just not growing, it's thriving. And I gotta tell you, you're seeing it everywhere. No matter what part of Summerville you drive to now, you're seeing construction, you're seeing roads being widened, you're seeing jobs go up. They got billboards for jobs now. That's how wild it is. So what does that do for the local real estate market, Ryan? Well, let's talk about that. Real estate, while the demand is increasing here and prices remain relatively affordable, depending on how you look at it, as of September 2024, the average home price here was around $380. $384 was like one number, and then the next month it jumped up to like $387, and then it came down a little bit. But if you compare that to Beverly Hills, California, where homes average over 3.5 million. Are you crazy? And with much less job growth, now you can kind of understand why people are flocking to leave the hell out of California. I mean, it's like the state's burning or something.
This is the worst.
Gee, I wonder what's going on. Summerville's affordability combined with its strong job market makes it a fantastic option for those looking to balance career opportunities with a very comfortable lifestyle. And let me tell you, Comfortability is the key here. Lifestyle is really what people are coming here for. The job market's a bonus, but the lifestyle, I mean, the fact that you can get on a golf cart and either go get your groceries or go to your friend's house or go pick your kids up or drop them off to school, maybe just go to the pickleball courts. You can do it all on a golf cart. And here's the best thing. People, that's the way people are thinking, and people all year long are riding around doing golf cart things, you know. And the other benefit, it's just not the golf cart lifestyle. I know I talk about the golf cart lifestyle a lot. I really love my golf cart. Can you tell? But it's just the laid back lifestyle. Nobody is in a hurry or a rush. And that may seem terrifying to you. You may go, Ryan, that's awful. I want to be in the place where it's like, go, go, go. I get it. But when you've had that your entire life and now you're ready to kind of like, hey, let's pump the brakes a little bit, or let's have a great lifestyle for our kids. Let's live in an area for our family's benefit. And that's really what Summerville is all about. So now let's talk a little bit about the tech boom in Summerville. Oh yeah. Here's something you might not actually expect. Summerville is becoming a tech hub. South Carolina's Low Country ranks 5th in the United States for high-tech industry output. If you're in tech or you're looking to break into the industry, this is the place to be. Google just bought up a ton of land in Dorchester County, which is in Summerville, for their new data center, which is going to be expanding on the current systems for AI and all the new web browsing and video and YouTube and all that great stuff. So where you're watching me right now, all this data is going to be expanded to the Low Country. And that's fantastic. I mean, when you think about the jobs that that's going to bring in, but most importantly, what it's going to do to our local economy. Things are going to get built up. You're going to see more growth. You're going to see more small businesses grow. You're going to see a lot more big businesses come here. And I think that is great for everyone. You got to look at the positives of the growth. And I know so many people here that have lived here their whole life, they absolutely hate it. They're like, why? But it's just, you have to remember, we're living in a time now where people want to get back to the kind of life that you see on the movies, right? Like Pleasantville. And that's kind of what Summerville is. It still gives you that small town charm, but without the big city lifestyle, right? You can still have the small town lifestyle, small town, feeling, but you don't have this big city congestion and thousands of people, millions of people in one area. It's more spread out. But I will say this, the tech boom is just one of the many reasons why families and professionals, and listen, you guys call me all the time. I love these guys. They're like, hey, we're coming there. We're working for Google. We need this, or we're working for this company. We need this size house. We want it. We just want to get there. Boom. Okay, let's show you these 5 houses. Show them. Boom. We like this one. Okay, let's put an offer in. Okay, here you go. Done. I love you folks.
I love you guys.
I really do. You guys are very efficient. And that's, I think, why so many tech jobs are coming here. There's a lot of efficiency. A lot of folks, professionals are coming here. You're efficient, and that's what they're looking for. And it's proof that even in a small town like Summerville, big opportunities are waiting for this area and waiting for you. Well, Ryan, is Summerville good for families? Like, is it safe for families? I mean, why are people flocking to Summerville? Well, it's a perfect blend of affordability, job growth, and that small town charm. Plus, with remote work trends, people want to live somewhere that offers both career stability and a better quality of life. I mean, who can say I live 35 minutes from the beach, 45 minutes from the beach, and I can go, after I get done with work at 2 o'clock, I can just drive to the beach and go relax or go walk the beach, take my dog for a walk. Whatever your lifestyle is or whatever you want to do, you have things so close by. The proximity is what really drives this area's growth because you're so close to the water, you're so close to the coast, and our beaches are beautiful. So people come to vacation to Charleston. Like, that's the thing you want to remember is there's a demand for Charleston, and living here is just a bonus. Okay, Ryan, so you've told us all the really great things about Summerville. Let's start with some numbers. Like, give us some actual numbers. Well, Summerville's job growth over the past year has been a whopping 4.2%, crushing the national average of just 1.55%. This isn't a fluke, guys. This is actually, like, it's real here. Future projections actually estimate over 34% job growth in the next decade. Jobs are going to be literally on fire here. So Ryan, what does the influx do to schools and things like that? That's just got to be putting a strain on schools. Well, the influx just means new schools, and new schools. And the best part is they're actively building them now. So, you know, as the year goes on, 2025 goes on and people are moving here and they're going to have options. The middle school for Nexton is being built right now. They are working on another school over in Dorchester County. They're also building Jedburgh School on Berkeley County. So again, schools aren't really going to be a big issue for a lot of you moving in because they're building these schools and they're hiring. And that's the other thing. If you're a teacher and you're someone watching this and you're like, hey, I used to teach, or I teach now, or I substitute teach, whatever the case may be, you will probably get a job relatively quickly because they're in high demand here. And I know when I was up in New York, my wife used to substitute teach. She actually full-time taught, and then she went to substitute. But when she was a full-time teacher, jobs were cutthroat. Like you had to know somebody, to just like put your name on the table. And so it really was competitive. And sometimes it was unfortunate because like, hey, job you may want may go to somebody else that's mom was in the position before them, you know? So it's just little things like that. You don't see a lot of that here. It's based on merit, which is fantastic. Again, the market here is fantastic if you are looking for a job or just to maybe reconsider a complete career change. That's what I did. So everybody always asks, well, Ryan, how about the cost of living? Isn't that really expensive there? And I say, actually, the cost of living is 1% below the national average, making it very attractive for families. I know my family, I have 5 kids. So I tell everybody, like when we go to the grocery store, I almost want to pass out just watching them rack up the bill. I mean, it's just like you go to 300, 325. It's like, you know, you're at an auction. They're like 325, 325. Do I hear 350, 350, 350, 375 over here? You got it. Like that is literally how I feel when they're swiping the groceries and the price just keeps climbing. So the nice part here is there's other affordable options for you. There's plenty of grocery stores, so the competition is out there. Yeah, the food prices are probably going to be relative to major other cities, but other things are different. Gas prices are much different. Insurance is a lot different here. So there's different things. But when you're factoring the big stuff, like the everyday stuff, it's going to be comparable to the national averages. But again, you know, the cost of living here is still 1% below the national averages. And with homes priced around 380, I would have to say if you're a family of 4 and you want something nice, you're going to be closer to the mid 4s. Full transparency. You know, if you're somebody that's like, hey, we're okay, you know, with a home that's maybe needs a little bit of work, 380 is something you'll definitely find something for 380. But you know, there's these new norms that a lot of people have to get used to. And a lot of people will call me and say, hey, Ryan, I thought South Carolina was affordable. Well, yeah, it is affordable, but well, I don't want to pay $380,000 for a house. I want to pay $200,000. And it's like, yeah, okay, those days have come and gone. Unless you got a time machine, sorry, you know, but again, you have to just realize that with the growth, with the inbound migration, the prices are going to continue to go up. So if you're like one of those people that you want to strike while the iron's hot, strike now, because I'm telling you, this article has blown up. I have seen it on every website. This New York Post article has made so much movement and has created such buzz about Summerville, South Carolina, that my views have gone up on this channel. And I got to tell you, I'm getting like 5 or 6 phone calls a day. Sometimes, you know, in a week's time, I'll talk to 15, 20 people. So if you're reaching out, I appreciate it. And if you're allowing me the opportunity to work with you and be your buyer's representative, that's what it's all about. And I'm going to help you move here and relocate here effectively, better than any other realtor in the area, because this is what I do. This channel, I'm so dedicated to information that I am the person that knows it all. Like people will call me, other realtors will call me and ask me questions. Isn't that nuts? So if you're working remotely, this area is just an absolute dream scenario. Affordable living with Charleston's culture and beaches. I mean, they're just a short drive away, so highly recommend. So one of the things I haven't talked about just yet is the festival. So Summerville is top rated not only in schools, but family-friendly events like the Flower Town Festival, which brings in over 200,000 visitors annually. There's just something for everyone here. And then every Saturday morning, they have the Summerville Farmers Market, that Carnes Crossroads has their farmers market. There's food truck rodeos in all the different neighborhoods. I mean, it's just so much happening in this area that you're finding that you don't have to go very far to do a lot. And that's the really big draw for a lot of people who are looking at this area and trying to determine, hey, is this going to be the best area for me? So I won't lie, a lot of Summerville's success is based on the area's economy, and it's growing and diversifying. And I mean, everything from auto manufacturing to logistic industries to HVAC, everything's booming right now. And a lot of that is thanks to the proximity to Charleston and Charleston's ports and major highways. So companies like Volvo, Boeing, Mercedes-Benz vans, they all have a significant presence in the area, offering very high-paying jobs and stability. So you may say, well, Ryan, what's high paying? Okay, well, I think if you can get a job, you can make a salary that allows you to own a home and still have a really good lifestyle here, that's a great paying job, right? But I get it, some of you have, 6 figures plus, and you may look at a job here and go, oh, that's not really that, 90,000 is not that much. I get it. But you have to remember the jobs here, the pay is going to look a little different, especially if you're coming from California or New York. It's all going to be relative. So again, you just have to look at your finances a little bit and determine, hey, am I taking a true pay cut, or am I just taking a lower pay because the area doesn't cost as much to live? So everybody says, well, it sounds like everything's just manufacturing there, Ryan. It sounds like they're just building stuff. And it's like, well, yeah, they are, but we're seeing growth in healthcare, technology, education. I mean, Summerville is quickly becoming a hub for young professionals and retirees alike. The young professionals benefit because there's so many jobs here that they can come here, and who wouldn't want to live 35, 45 minutes from a beach, own a home and have a really great career in an area where it doesn't snow? A novel idea, right? Yeah, I don't know. Sounds good. And then the retirees love it because if they retire, there's a lot of part-time jobs that they can do, very easy stuff, I know one gentleman who actually takes care of the grounds over in Nexton. He's an older gentleman, and he's like, hey, I get to ride around on a golf cart and just pick up trash every once in a while and make sure all the garbage cans are empty, and that's it. And he's like, I work for 4 hours a day. And I'm like, that's awesome, bud. So again, with established communities come the charm too, right? So like, Summerville looks beautiful, and I got to tell you, yeah, some of the areas aren't great, but they're getting gentrified and they're building them up. And I'll tell you what, it's changing a lot of things here. So, some people will say to me all the time, the jobs, is there really good jobs? Can I get a part-time job there? Is that a thing? Yeah, absolutely. There's so many things for you to do. All right, moving on. Of course, with rapid growth comes growing pains. Let's talk about this, right? Traffic is a very big issue right now, with commutes getting longer and infrastructure struggling to keep up. I'll be honest, they're building, but it's just not keeping up with how many people are moving here. Schools are feeling the pressure too. Some schools in the past years have had overcrowding become a concern in some areas. Other areas balanced it really well, and it just worked out. I've had some people say, well, I moved into this neighborhood and I was told that I would be going to this school, and now they're telling me my kid's got to go to this school. Well, did you look to see where the school was zoned? Oh no, our realtor told us that it'd be fine. Got to always check. Quick little story. I had one client buy a home in a neighborhood, and I said to him, hey, so let's just check the school zones, because I know how these things work. You could be one street over and be in a completely different school zone. So we looked, and his house was in the school zone that he wanted, which was great. But it was crazy because right across the way, the house on the corner was in a completely different school zone. And so that's the kind of stuff that I tell people, like, you really need to check into that before you move. And a lot of these realtors just don't go that deep. They don't go a couple layers deep. Like, I always check for flood. Is it in a flood zone? Is it, what school is it zoned for? Is it zoned for the schools they want? Hey, Are they going to be paying a district improvement tax if they move into this neighborhood? So there's a lot of information that I'll give to you and help you with throughout this process, making it easy. So we've touched on a lot of topics here, and one of the things I do want to talk about is the shopping. And so a lot of people always ask me, are there malls in Summerville? What does that look like? Well, they don't have malls. They have a big shopping center called the Azalea Square. A lot of exterior shopping. So, you know, they've got little stores and storefronts that you can go into. A lot of like Kohl's, Target, Lowe's, things like that. All over there, Best Buy, Dick's, you got them all over there, all the big ones. But those, I'll tell you what, so that's where a lot of people do their shopping. And then some people like Walmart, some people like Harris Teeter, some people like Publix. It just depends, but they're all here. The only thing we don't have here, and everybody always asks me is, well, do you have a Trader Joe's or a Whole Foods? Nope, those are in Mount Pleasant. So, and unfortunately, it doesn't look like they're going to be bringing those to Summerville anytime soon. But who knows, with all the inbound migration, it might just happen. So the future of Summerville looks very bright, folks. And with the right balance of growth and community planning, I gotta tell you, this town, it's gonna boom, and it's gonna be amazing. And I'm happy I'm here. I got here 9 years ago, and I'll tell you what, I have loved watching this area grow from just kind of this really, its infancy, the idea of it, and then just watching it all come together. It's pretty exciting. I don't know if you're into those kinds of things, but I am. I like seeing economic growth. I like seeing people do better in life. I like seeing people be successful. So if that's the kind of lifestyle that you're looking for, you may really want to put Summerville on the list of places to check out. All right, guys, so what do you think? Is Summerville calling your name? Drop your thoughts in comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell for more insights on the life of Summerville and Charleston. And don't forget, days, nights, weekends, holidays, it doesn't matter. Give me a call, 843-226-5535. Or if you're a texter, go ahead and text me. I don't mind. Text me, I don't care. Email me, send a carrier pigeon. It really doesn't matter. Ryan McHugh, your neighborhood expert. If you want to see available properties right now in Summerville, go to www.buyfromrye.com, and I'll see you guys next time.